The October 10th meeting of the Osseo Council is now in session. All people are here and counted for except for Mr. Schultz.
Let's move on.
Anyone else? Very well. I wanted to address a couple of questions. One is that the reason it got put on the agenda was that when we're out in the community, we still have people say, what's going on with the police department? Those people that talked to us when I was sitting at the farmers market, they said, what's going on with the police department? The other question about the other proposal that was submitted to the Sheriff's Department was it had quite a number of restrictions. It had quite a number of areas that said, this is what we want, this is what we want, this is what we want. It's also important to address this in an open forum, like you've indicated. To put this on the open agenda, like we've done tonight, is what we're interested in. It may be that what you say is perfectly correct, and that's why we're saying what we're saying. We want to know what is perfectly correct. Now, the other part of the scenario is, and you say, we like our police officers, and I say this, I echo the same scenario. I like our police officers also. There are options, and even maybe better options, maybe not as good options, but there are other options that we should put the whole picture together to see what comes out the best for our community and the best for the police department. And that's what we're saying as a discussion item. So, we have some options.
It's 20% savings. I don't know. I have the bid from the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, and you reiterated the fact that we asked apples for the coverage we have at that time. You were not mayor at that time, I believe? No, sir, right? We asked for apples and apples. That's what we received. Their price was higher. If you want to bring this out in the open, in front of the full council, after what everybody in this room said, that's fine. But we'll do it appropriately and accordingly with the council and the Public Safety Committee and all the people. Fair enough? but we'll do it appropriately and accordingly with the council and the Public Safety Committee and all the people. Fair enough?
Well, we'll see. What's your thoughts, Mr. Puppy?
Well, I guess, one, I mean, this has been kind of a hot topic here of late, and I thought it was kind of interesting how it got slipped on the agenda here late in the day. That was kind of interesting. What we have here is a pretty good force. I mean, it's a pretty good value for what we're paying.
Those other times that we put this out for an RFP, it never went to Maple Grove, it never got to Crystal, and it never got to Brooklyn Park. So those people never were able to respond to that. And so that's just one of the options that we should look at to see if there is an opportunity.
So the administrator never did his job?
I just know that they didn't get that information.
Somebody dropped the ball.
Whatever.
But
Now, at the meeting we had, that the OBA had, the meeting that was held at the Legion, there was 125 people. Now, that's a few more people than this group. That's what this meeting is about. Looking at honest, straight, real options of what we can pay for and what we need as a policing authority. That's all this meeting's about. Any other thoughts, Mr. Harka?
I'd like to make a motion.
You'd like to make a motion?
Yep.
Okay, what's your motion?
I move to allow the Hennepin County Sheriff's Department to provide policing authority, personal service, patrol enforcement 24/7 to the City of Osseo, Minnesota, effective January 1st, 2012. And we retain Claire Hillman on the Osseo City staff. That's my motion.
Claire Heilman is the staff gal that works with the
Yeah.
police department. And there's a need to use her on the city staff.
Yes.
Okay. Do we have a second? I'll second that motion.